Here's a question that might make you uncomfortable. If your team could see a recording of everything you did last week, every conversation, every decision, every moment when you thought no one was watching, would they trust you more or less? Hey, friends. Thanks for joining today on Leading with Bill. I'm Bill Martin, your personal leadership coach, and this is where biblical wisdom can transform your leadership approach. Today, we're diving into one of the pillars of our Trust Foundation series, the integrity pillar. Now, this is where leadership gets real, where character meets action, and where trust is either built or broken in the quiet moments. You know, integrity isn't just a nice leadership concept. It truly is the bedrock of everything we do as leaders who follow Jesus. It's about becoming the same person in private that we claim to be in public. Now, here's what I've seen in my experience in leadership. Biggest leadership failures rarely happen in the spotlight. There are a few where we've seen the headline, but not most of them. They happen in the shadows, like in the small compromises and the little white lies, the moments when we think just this once won't matter. But here's the brutal truth. Your team has an integrity radar. They can sense when something doesn't align. They notice when your Monday morning pep talk doesn't match your Wednesday afternoon decisions. Feel it when your public values don't match the choices and decisions that you've made. And once that integrity gap opens, trust doesn't just crack, it shatters. Wow. With that sobering message, let's find some wisdom in the Bible that will provide us with some encouragement here. Turn with me to Psalm chapter 25 and verse 21. May integrity and uprightness protect me, because my hope, Lord, is in you. Now look at this powerful truth from 1 Chronicles chapter 29 and verse 17. I know, my God, that you test the heart and are pleased with integrity. All these things I have given willingly and with honest intent. Notice something crucial here. Integrity isn't just about external behavior. God tests the heart. He sees our motives, our intentions, even our private thoughts. When we lead with integrity, we're not just building trust with our teams. We're aligning our hearts with God's character. But what does heart level integrity look like in leadership? How do you close the gap between who you are and who you appear to be? Well, that's where our framework comes in. I want to share what I call the integrity alignment. 3 areas where your leadership must be consistent to build unshakable trust. Now, area 1 is values alignment. Decisions reflect your stated values. This isn't just having the values on the wall. It's having the values in your wallet, on your calendar, and in your difficult conversation. Here's the test. When you're under pressure, do your values guide your choices, or do your circumstances override your values? We're going to take a TV timeout here on our other 2 areas. We'll get to those in a moment. Now, if you've not discovered your personal values, I want to offer you a free values-based leadership assessment. You know, your values are the foundation of your integrity. You can't align what you haven't defined. You can find a link in the description to get this free resource. I'd love to share it with you. Timeout is over. Back to our other 2 areas. Area 2 is word alignment. Your actions match your commitments. Simple, but not easy. You do what you say you'll do, when you said you'd do it, how you said you'd do it. I'm going to repeat that because it's just fun to say. Do what you say you'll do, when you said you'd do it, how you said you'd do it. This includes the small stuff, being on time, following through on emails, being conversations confidential and appropriate. Your credibility is built one kept promise at a time. Area 3 is private public alignment. Your character is consistent regardless of who's watching. This is the big one. Are you the same leader in the boardroom as you are in your car after a frustrating meeting? You've probably heard this before. Do you treat the janitor with the same respect as the CEO? Your true character shows up when you think no one important is watching. When these three align, values plus words plus private and public, it equals authentic integrity. This is how you become a leader people can trust completely. Now, which of these three areas challenges you most? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your honest reflection. And if this content is helping you grow as a leader, hit that like and subscribe button. How do we build this integrity alignment? Well, let me give you 3 practices that will transform your leadership character. Practice 1, the daily integrity check. Every evening, ask yourself these 3 questions. Did my decisions today reflect my stated values? Did I follow through on every commitment I made? Was I the same person in private as I was in public? This isn't about perfection. It's about awareness and course correction. Practice 2 is the accountability mirror. Once a week, just have an honest conversation with someone who has permission to speak truth into your life. Ask them, where do you see gaps between what I say and what I do? This right here, it takes courage, but it builds character. Practice 3 is the values stress test. Monthly, review your toughest decisions and ask, did I compromise my values for convenience, profit, or approval? If yes, what would you do differently next time? Write it down, make it specific. Here's the thing about integrity. It's not built in crisis moments. It's built in the 1,000 small choices that lead up to those moments. Every day, you're either strengthening your integrity muscle or you're turning into a couch potato. Now, I have a challenge for you this week. Choose one area where you know there's a gap between your values and action. Maybe it's how you handle conflict, how you manage your time, or how you treat people when you're stressed. Commit to closing that gap this week. Friends, remember, integrity isn't about being perfect. It's about being authentic, aligned, and accountable. Thanks for joining me today on Leading with Bill. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and we'll see you next time.